Good morning, and welcome to episode 214 of Getting Rich. I'm your host, Rich Checkan, president of Asset Strategies International, and today is Wednesday, March 5th, 2025. President Zelensky of the Ukraine has come back to the table. He said he's ready to discuss signing a mineral rights deal with the U.S. in the hopes of bringing peace in the Ukraine-Russia conflict. Israel has cut off water and aid to Gaza in the hopes of pressuring Hamas into releasing hostages. Last night, President Trump addressed a joint session of Congress in a very partisan affair where he restated and renewed his campaign promises after the first 6 weeks of his presidency. He's pledged to make the border a national emergency, shutting down the border and deporting illegal aliens. He made energy a national emergency, vowing to drill, baby drill. He has promised and is implementing tariffs and other barriers to trade in order to level the playing field with the U.S.'s major trading partners. He promises to cut government, to cut spending, and to cut taxes, all in an effort to balance the budget for the first time in 24 years. Time will tell how effective all these policies are, but there's no question he is the disruptor in chief, and it was received, as you can imagine, directly along party lines last night. Let's take a look at the numbers over the past week. Gold is virtually unchanged, up 70 cents. It trades this morning at $2,915.40. It was $2,914.70 last week. Silver is up 1.9%, trading at $32.34 an ounce. It was $31.75 last week. Platinum is down 1.6%, trades at $976. Last week it was $992 an ounce. And palladium is up 0.3% or $3. It trades at $968 this week. It was $965 an ounce last week. With silver outperforming gold over the past week, your gold-silver ratio, or the number of ounces of silver it takes to buy an ounce of gold, has dropped to 90.15. It was 91.80 last week. And Treasury yields and the U.S. dollar are down over the past week. The dollar's trading on the index at 105.11. It was 106.55 last week. So the tariffs implementing and the talks of further tariffs and reciprocal tariffs have put a damper on the markets. We've seen the equities markets come down as there's fears of the impact of those tariffs on the economy, potentially stifling business and raising the concerns of inflation. That has had a positive impact on the precious metals prices, largely looked at as an antidote to inflation. We're going to cover this and everything else that's going on around us in the economy, the macro, and we'll focus on the metals and mining stocks next week when we have our second On the Move webinar of the year. Adrian Day and I, my co-host Adrian and I, will welcome Peter Schiff of Euro Pacific Asset Management. Peter's been a long-standing pundit and advocate of sound money and sound government, and he's a welcome guest. We look forward to the discourse between Peter, Adrian, and myself. Can't wait for this one. This is a must-see TV, if you will. As always, we like you to go ahead and follow us on the YouTube channel. Like us, send us your comments and questions. By the way, Dave, I do have your question for next week, but I wanted to cover the address here today, so we'll see if we can deal with your question about the balanced budget next week. Go ahead and send us those comments and questions. We will answer them on the air. I want you to go ahead and follow us on social media. Take our twice weekly, always something interesting alerts, and our once monthly information line newsletter. The next issue comes out tomorrow. But in the end, don't ever forget, that getting rich starts with keeping what's yours.